Sonoma County Corrections deputy pleading guilty to misconduct. In December, Jonathan Lee Taylor was reported by another employee to be lying on logbooks, faking security and welfare checks that were never performed. Taylor now agreeing to a guilty plea and will get 6 months probation. He also needs to resign from the sheriff's office and lose his certification.
Pemberton's family says they don't think Arkansas State Police are putting the public's safety first by becoming even more aggressive in pursuing chase suspects, instead putting the safety of other drivers at even more risk. Dave Pemberton was out running errands on January 13th, 2024, when police say he was hit head-on by Noah Cargill.
My brother was driving on a residential road going about his business. He should have not even had to think or worry about, and he wasn't thinking or worrying about getting hit by somebody running from the police for a traffic violation.
Arkansas State Police say they tried to pull Cargill over for driving recklessly. Investigators say Cargill sped up and eventually lost control, crashing into Pemberton. The high-speed chase took place in a residential area of Fayetteville. The Pemberton family called on Arkansas State Police to review the agency's chase policies in full after the deadly crash.
But most of my family, we are 100% law enforcement, support law enforcement. I absolutely do, but I want to see good law enforcement, where the priority is public safety, not catching somebody for squealing their wheels and running a stop sign at the expense of the life of an innocent person.
With chases picking up in frequency, state police say they are doubling down on efforts to end a chase as soon as it starts.
Fleeing suspects are terrorizing and traumatizing our communities. Our troopers will not look the other way. We will do what is safest for the public. And that's why we've instructed them that as soon as you can articulate that a suspect is fleeing, put them in the ditch.
Jim Pemberton says after what happened to his brother Dave, it's hard to hear talk of troopers becoming more aggressive and capturing chase suspects.
Apparently to make it safer for the public, which is kind of a slap in the face to my family and I, that's how they're going to address this.
Pemberton says his family would instead like to see ASP talking about ways to improve training, specifically when troopers should back off of chasing a suspect for the safety of others. Arkansas State Police and prosecutors are also vowing tougher sentences for chase suspects with fewer plea deals.
In the heat of the moment, I don't know if a career criminal or somebody that's just steadfast on getting away, I don't know that they're going to stop and think about that, but I support it. I agree with it. If it can make a small difference, why would I not support that?
Regardless of what happens, Dave Pemberton's family is still left with a huge void.
His mom has taken it the hardest. She had health issues before, which was why my brother was there in Arkansas, was to take care of her. And her health, has gone downhill. And my whole family believes it's related to this. It was just a huge blow to her. That was her firstborn child.
Now, Jim Pemberton, who you just saw right there, says he plans to travel from California to Arkansas next month for Noah Cargill's trial, which as of right now is set for late April. In the meantime, the Pembertons say they hold ASP partially accountable for what happened to Dave Pemberton, even going as far as to request video evidence through a Freedom of Information Act request. Pemberton says that request was denied due to an ongoing investigation. We'll let you know what happens next. Live along Interstate 49 tonight, Chip Scarborough, 4029 News.
Good morning. Welcome to the Bad Apple Report. It's 7:30 a.m. bright and early right here at home on the range. Thank you so much for being here today, folks. I really appreciate it. We're going to start our day out looking at this hero and his twin brother, the Zero. Oh, wait, that's not his twin brother. That's just another photo of him with a different mood. He's in a different mood in that picture. Longtime Palm Beach County deputy has been arrested for DUI and sheriff's office vehicle. I wonder if that mood is drunk and pissed. I don't really know. St. Augustine, a 30-year veteran of the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, found himself on the other side of the law Tuesday night after he was stopped and arrested while driving the PBSO cruiser. Just before midnight Tuesday, St. Johns County Sheriff's deputy spotted the PBSO SUV swerving on a road west of St. Augustine, pulled the driver over. Later identified as Major Sean Murray with the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. You're in major trouble, Sean Murray. Allegedly. According to the SJS COLMNOP Murray Silva Ford expedition was drifting within the lane, crossing the lane divider multiple times and traveling in the middle of the roadway. As the deputy watched, the SUV allegedly sped up, quickly hitting 71 in a 55 zone. Ooh. Okay. The deputy attempted to gain more information on the vehicle, but hit a dead end when Murray's license plate was not on file in the Leo databases. What's up with that, Murray? What are you hiding there, Murray? Okay, the tow receipt linked to Murray's arrest shows the vehicle was owned by PBSO. Okay, the news reached out to the sheriff's office to confirm it owned the vehicle, but was referred to the St. Augustine Police Department. What's going on here? Cops are so useless. Totally useless. Okay, the SUV took a U-turn at State Road 16, Old Town Parkway at this point. The responding deputy activated the emergency lights. The vehicle stopped on the left side of the roadway, where the deputy says he made contact with, and he detected an overwhelming odor of alcoholic beverage emitting from the SUV. Okay, that's a sign of a drunk, from what I understand. According to the criminal probable cause affidavit, Murray's eyes appeared bloodshot and watery. When he exited the vehicle, the deputy said he walked slowly and hesitantly, dragging his feet. He might just be a dullard. Anyways, Murray informed the deputy that he would not be participating in any roadside exercises, but admitted he had consumed alcohol at dinner, the report states. Dumb cop. Then jumped behind the wheel like a typical hypocrite. Murray did agree to a horizontal gaze, nystagmus exercise, and he failed. Oh, maybe that's a Nostradamus exercise. We all knew he was going to fail. Okay. Due to the deputy observations, Murray was booked into the St. Johns County Jail for DUI. According to the bio on PBSO's website, Murray served as a member of the executive staff and commanding office. He's a commanding officer for the Emergency Operations Bureau. Ooh. And is the law enforcement chairman for the Regional Domestic Security Task Force. Oh, he is a big dog. That's why he looks like that, you guys. Look at that. That's the look of a big dog that really screwed up. Bad dog. Bad apple. Thanks for being here, folks.
You're watching the body camera video of a brand new Salt Lake City police officer. The department says he was a rookie with only 11 shifts under his belt. He's taking directions from these two, Officers Mark Keep and Paul Mullinax. On August 8th, they were responding to the death of 47-year-old Jason Lloyd. His body is blurred out for privacy reasons.
You been on a dead body? No, you haven't been on a dead body.
No, this is the first one.
So you gotta help move.
No. Really?
Yes.
You help move them?
Yes.
Okay.
You didn't think that was the thing?
No, I didn't know that.
That's the job.
He didn't know that because he's getting bad advice. Salt Lake City police confirm officers are not tasked with touching or moving bodies. But watch and listen how rookie officer Dakota Smeagol continued to follow orders.
Gloves on, no help.
I feel like you're pranking me.
I'm not.
That's when he's handed a box cutter and given a task to cut through the skin on Lloyd's body.
Take this.
All right, what do you want me to do?
Go ahead and just pop all the blisters.
Right there?
Yes, sir.
Anything inflated?
Yeah, just poke it.
Blisters are common when someone has been sitting in the sun, but experts we've talked to say this is definitely not allowed.
Every person who has passed away and is on our care as a law enforcement agency should be treated with the utmost respect, no matter who they are, how they died, what they did prior to death. It's our job to be respectful. You never know what might happen next, and you only get one crack at the evidence and the body and what it tells us.
Jennifer Shen is the retired director of the San Diego Police Crime Lab. We explained to her the facts of the case back in August. At the time, officers were calling us, disturbed by the actions of their colleagues. For 6 months, the department had no comment.
This is not a hard investigation, especially not if there's a video that demonstrates this and shows this. I would be outraged if it was my relative.
Yes. You guys suck.
We had to do that.
That's okay.
Sure you're all right?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
fine.
I mean, you gotta pop some bubbles.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting, you know, so.
You're not gonna out?
No, I'm good.
It's okay if you do.
Yeah, I'm fine.
The department says field training officer Mark Keep violated 8 policies. He resigned before he could be disciplined. Officer Paul Mullinax violated 4 policies and was suspended for 3 days.
Isn't it weird that his clothes probably fit him at one time?
Yeah.
Officer Michelle Peterson stood by and watched. The department says she violated 2 policies and received a warning.
What they had you do with the knife?
They had me pop his blisters.
Rookie Officer Dakota Smeagol violated 1 policy. The department says there's no written record of discipline. 3 other officers were placed on leave, but not disciplined. So far, nobody has been charged with a crime.
All right, end of my interaction on this case.
Ooh, check out this creepy cop. Nothing funny about this guy. Child X crimes, beast crimes, ex-Racine County deputy sentenced. And here is the dealio. A former Racine County Sheriff's deputy on Friday was sentenced to decades in prison for multiple felonies that included possession of child photography, child exploitation, and beast stuff. That has to do with animals. The backstory: Preston Kite, age 38, was charged last year with 45 total felonies and 2 misdemeanors across 2 different cases. That's a lot. Court records show he pleaded either no contest or guilty to a slew of charges in November. Between the 2 separate but related cases, Kite was sentenced to 65 years in prison and 40 years of extended supervision on Friday. Wow. He's going to be very old when they stop supervising him. The backstory: Kite was first charged in February 2024, accused of messaging a man on an app and telling him to come into the Racine County truck stop bathroom. According to a criminal complaint, that man said Kite was in uniform in the bathroom and touching himself. The incident led to an investigation during which law enforcement searched Kite's personal cell phone and found Child X videos. Investigators said Kite exchanged messages with another man who claimed to be 18. The 2 exchanged multiple videos back and forth that featured adults having X with young, this jerk. Okay, subsequent child stuff and beast stuff. The backstory: a criminal complaint later filed alleged they searched his iPad and revealed multiple videos, blah, blah, blah. Prosecutors said one video appeared to show a man having... Listen, I ain't going to read this crap. Look at that jerk. I'm damn sure going to... We're going to put that loser on the cover. That's what we're going to do. All right, he's sitting in jail. How much time did this guy get? Okay, a lot, apparently. He's charged with a bunch of stuff. He's a jerk. Search of his cell phone shows he's a total loser. He went to jail for decades. Oh yeah, 65 years. Yeah, that's it for that jerk. Okay, let's move on with the show.
A quote, pissed off Bernalillo County Sheriff addresses losing his right-hand man now implicated in the massive public corruption scandal involving drunk driving arrests. The sheriff wants to clear up any suspicions he knew about his undersheriff's suspected involvement. KRQE investigative reporter Ann Perrette spoke to him. She joins us now.
Sheriff John Allen is distancing himself from anyone involved in the criminal enterprise that spanned 3 decades. A coordinated scheme in which an Albuquerque law firm and police officers took bribes to get DWI cases dismissed or never filed. You'll see he got heated in his explanation.
I've never been betrayed like this in my life, and I'm pretty freaking pissed off right now.
Betrayed, he says, by the man he appointed undersheriff in January 2023, Johan Hereño, who the FBI has told him is under federal investigation, believed to have taken bribes to allow drunk drivers off the hook. The Bernalillo County Sheriff says Hereño let him know this past Saturday the feds interviewed him.
It completely makes me sick, and I literally got sick and threw up in my garbage can.
Sheriff John Allen asked Hereño to resign on Sunday, and he did. He says he only became suspicious about his undersheriff when the feds interviewed BCSO Deputy Jeffrey Hamrill in January because Hereño's body language changed, and the sheriff says the feds wouldn't talk to him.
How in the hell would the FBI ever trust me when my right-hand man who speaks for me would give me any other information? That is another red flag.
Sheriff Allen says the FBI is talking to him now, but he knows this photo that we obtained and made public on Monday isn't helping him convince them he's not involved.
Of course they're going to suspect me when you find me in a photo with this guy. What a piece of crap. And then he's put me in a very bad position, and anybody can spin everything and anything they want.
The sheriff is referring to paralegal Ricardo Rick Mendez, who confessed to being the coordinator of the criminal enterprise. You can see him in the center of this photo at an Albuquerque restaurant with the sheriff and Under Sheriff Hereño to his left and the rest of BCSO's command staff on the right.
If anybody out there in the public thinks that I had my command staff and we were connected here asking about a DWI scheme, you are an idiot.
Asking about the circumstances surrounding their lunch set Sheriff Allen off.
Folks, it's okay for me to have lunch. The question should be, who paid for the lunch and did I accept any gifts from Mr. Mendez? No. Do people buy me lunch? Yes. Do I take photos with people? Folks, I take 100 photos a week with people. I am a politician and the sheriff of the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office. If I ever knew that Mr. Hadeno and that Mr. Mendez were doing what they were doing along with the DWI scheme, I'm going to ask you a question back. Do you think in all hell I would ever have a lunch with him? No, I would not.
He says this happened in February 2023. Not long after he became sheriff, Hereño set up the lunch with Mendez and invited the rest of the command staff, and they discussed his campaign.
Mr. Mendez is on the Republican side. I'm on the Democratic side. I'm speaking to a Republican. I thought I was able to reach across the aisle and get some answers and some questions that the Republican side had. And I'm completely side blasted now, betrayed, disappointed.
In a previous interview, the sheriff called Mendez a friend, says they've known each other since 2021, and he donated $200 to his campaign. That language changed today.
But I wouldn't even call it a friendship. I will distance myself far away from that piece of crap that I can.
As he shifts his focus to moving forward without Hereño.
This isn't a black eye to the agency. This is a gut punch. This is a kick to my balls and 2 black eyes, to be honest with you. What do I do to stop that? How do we move forward? The rank and file that's out there right now fighting crime, now they have some gaps in leadership. I always take decisive action. How do we move forward and do it correctly?
Now, former BCSO Deputy Jeffrey Hammerl pleaded guilty Tuesday in federal court to participating in the scheme. In his confession, he says an unnamed supervisory deputy assured him he would not get in trouble. Now, I asked the sheriff today if Hammerl was referring to his then undersheriff, Johan Hereño. Sheriff Allen says he won't directly answer the question, adding he doesn't want to hinder the FBI's investigation.
We're pegging through the headlines, folks. We've got a former Newburgh Heights officer guilty of several felonies. Wow. Cleveland, Ohio. A former Newburgh Heights police officer pleaded guilty to several felony charges in connection with a domestic violence incident last year. Kyle Coyne, age 34, was convicted of aggravated burglary and felonious assault. Cuyahoga County Court of Commons Pleas Judge Timothy McCormick sentenced Coyne to at least 6 years at the Lorain Correction Institute. Wow. He got 6 years, you guys. The maximum sentence would be 7 years and 6 months. Wow. He will also be on probation when he's released. Coyne of Sagamore Hills was arrested by Walton Hills Police on November 22nd, 2024, and I remember reporting on this guy. Look at him. He's not in a good mood. 6 years in the clink. Coyne was with the Newburgh Heights Police Department from January 31st, from 2016 to March 6th, 2018. Oh, he wasn't there very long. But he's a bad apple, and he made it on the Bad Apple Report. Now he's sitting in jail. On with the show.
This meta-traffic ticketing machine has caused the village of Mangum to hold a special meeting to address the spending of funds collected by the machine. According to the mayor of Mangum, the Mangum Police Department spent nearly 3 times their typical budget in the first 6 months of the 2024 year after pulling in funds from the meta-traffic electronic ticketing system. The funds collected were initially said to be used for public safety, but according to documents from the mayor's office, were used for, quote, frivolous spending on unnecessary items and excessive payroll beyond council-approved wages, end quote.
We were sold on the fact that it would do good things for the community, be able to, do things that we wouldn't have the funds to do, including give and do some for the police department, but it's marked for public safety. That's a pretty broad term. Our goal was to kind of ask the Attorney General what that means.
Residents of Mangum expressed their concerns regarding the issue, with many showing anger towards the sitting mayor and some questioning the actions of the police department.
Totally hostile. Nobody came here to seek a resolution to anything. They just came here to make an argument, and the actual problem was not addressed.
According to the police department, funds collected from the automated ticketing system were used to purchase needed equipment to replace outdated items, as well as pay officers $40 an hour for their services. We heard from the police chief, Perry Fleming.
I did overspend my budget, and I was thinking that money was in the budget, but it wasn't. So we will work together to get the budget set.
At the conclusion of the meeting, Fleming and Boone stated they would meet to discuss a plan to rectify the department's deficit. Reporting in Mangum, Louisiana for your ArkLaMiss news source, I'm Haley Hines.
Okay, guys, we have a problem with this Houston officer here who has been indicted for false crime reports. I'm not sure exactly what that problem is. Houston, Mississippi. Oh, that's the problem. It's a different Houston altogether. Let's find out what's going on. A grand jury indicted a Houston police officer for allegedly lying about a shooting. Whoa! The Chickasaw County grand jury indicted Kenneth Winter earlier this month for malicious mischief, tampering with evidence, and reporting a false crime. It's more serious than I thought. The incident happened in October of 2024 when he worked for the Houston Police Department. Winter claimed he pulled over a car for a traffic violation and someone in the car shot at him and damaged his police SUV. Oh, I wonder what the description of that person was. Okay. However, he allegedly caused the damage himself. Oh, he did. He certainly damaged himself. Winter's job status is unknown. Oh, my Lord. He's probably the chief by now. Houston Police Chief Albert Davis said the case is under the investigation of the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation and can't comment on the matter. Of course not. You guys never help us with anything. But that's what he looks like. That's a goofy-looking cop right there. Okay, let's move on with the show. Okay, that's another show, and off we go. Thank you so much for being here. That last little segment. Okay, that was for you, RJ, Rocky Justice. I thought you'd like that. Anna, I knew you'd like that too. Okay, those are the animal lovers in the room, backstage over here. You guys are awesome. Everybody's awesome. I appreciate you all being here so very much. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. bright and early. Have a great day.